if someone comes up to me, I want to gain a bit of confidence, or I want to change my lifestyle. I want to learn self-defense. I want to, some people come in with anxiety or depression. I've had a lot of people like disabilities. I have a lot of kids that have come through with disabilities, autistic kids, kids with Asperger's, MS, stuff like that. I accept all of them, because I know I can help them.
Yeah, I enjoy helping, teaching, sort of, especially like those sorts of children as well. It's like, and you can see it in them. They sort of want to learn, and they're interested and sort of excited about it.
Yeah, but for me, it's more about making them believe that they're not different and they can learn. They're not separate. They're not different to other people. They can learn in their own kind of way. So that's what I enjoy being as an instructor, is finding how that person or that kid learns, how he can understand it. How can I teach this kid to understand his body or his mind, So that's where a good instructor is. It's not just teaching him your way, one way. How do you help him or her find their own way with, if they got a disability as well, I've lived with him my whole life. My brother, he's mentally slow, my brother, so I've had to deal with him all my life. I've had countless fights with him, not with him, but people that have teased him. I've always had to be the bigger brother, and he's the older one. So, so when it comes to that kind of stuff with people, I'm down for 100% straight away to help people like that, because I believe those people can learn and I enjoy it. But the hardest thing is those people don't last long, whether it's from the parents or obviously some kids find it too difficult, and then the parents will pull them out, which that saddens me, So
it's the kind of thing that takes a fair bit of time, but
and that's another frustrating thing with that, is because I put a lot of time. That's been the most out of all my years, as especially having my school and being an instructor, is the time spent with so many different, whether adults or kids, it doesn't matter. You spend a lot of time trying to teach them, and then they just leave. Then the next person comes in, it's continuous. I used to get really frustrated in my earlier years, more so. I've learned to be more patient now, though. And now I accept a little bit more that it's going to happen. You probably waste more time than you do than the people who stick around, Trying to get people to stay. That's the hardest thing. You can't force nobody, but it's frustrating for me, because for me, time is the most precious thing in life, And then when I wouldn't say wasting it, but you do end up wasting because you've given this person so much time and then they leave, where you could have given to someone that's more committed, or someone that wants to change their lifestyle or something like that. Yeah, that's the hardest part. That frustrates me the most, I would say. As a coach, as a school owner.
So as a coach and school owner, maybe you just answered the question, but what's the number one thing you've learnt from teaching, or like from your students, or from teaching?
From teaching, patience. Patience. A lot of people tell me, they go, "You're super patient," and I would say, yeah, I'm patient. Yeah, definitely now I'm patient. Obviously, I get frustrated. That's normal. I'm not going to say I don't get frustrated, but definitely patient. I understand a little bit more now when a beginner, because I have so many mixed. I have little kids. I have older adults. I have girls, teenagers, women. So everybody's different, and some people learn different. That's what I learned, is people learn differently. Some people understand quicker. Some people are more mature. Some people don't. So some people progress slower. Some people progress quicker. So what I've learned is how to try and teach a group, but individually at the same time. Yeah, to make everybody understand. And I learned more from teaching kids, because how to make a kid understand and break it down so simple that a kid can understand. So when you learn how to do that, then explaining it to other people, especially to adults, is should be easier. You know, you don't want to explain it in 100 steps. You want to make it so simplified that they can understand it. And the way I sort of teach it is to find a way that person can relate it in something that they do in their life, something that they do commonly, like as a daily, whatever it is. You know, if you can relate it to that, they get the idea. This is how I used to test myself. Like if I was trying to teach someone, you know, say for example in Jiu-Jitsu, to use your hooks. So if I'm teaching say if I've got an adult man and I'm trying to teach him how to use his hook to put his foot. So, and we've all done this. I'll say when you take your jocks off in the bathroom or something, and you pick it up with your foot and you flick it up with a hook. So if I describe it in that way, that person will understand it because it's common. Because we've all done it. We've all flicked up our t-shirts or whatever with our foot. So I would explain it in that way instead of trying to break the mechanics down where they get frustrated and they get confused. So I would use that kind of scenario, and they understand it much quicker. So, but this is, you know, and I'll test different ways. Yeah, but, yeah, that's the way I say it, is to try and relate it to something that most people do commonly, and it helps them learn quicker. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes you can sort of miss on trying to hit that metaphor, and they'll be like, "What?" scratching their heads. Yeah, and that's where sometimes then you'll change another way.
Yeah,
you'll add to it, or you might try another way of teaching. You might give him an object to try and do that move or something. You know, give him something so he can get the idea of how he has to move to do it.
Yeah.